Yeah, sure. So your team, Aisa, do you want to start first?
Okay, great.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
Good. So welcome everyone to the VEC challenge, uh, which you know that it is part of kind of strategy that campuses are trying to run a kind of to create a kind of environmental and ecological projects. This is part of this. So today we've got two teams are competing, Ireland and we've got Centrale Nantes. They're gonna try to expose their two projects, two topics, including their ideas. They have worked very hard on it, on the meeting. So they try to come up with new ideas. Yeah, regarding my team, I really appreciate their time they have been spending so far, and their energy. So was really good. I really enjoyed working with them. I hope that I wish good luck for them, and I think today will be a big game. Yeah,
Yes.
thank you.
First. Okay, let's start.
Okay, so now I think we've got in my team we've got if I may introduce them, we've got Leonardo, we've got Mary, we've got Alban Felix, we've got Baptiste, we've got Hussein, and we've got also Mark, and we've got Mohammed and Nicholas and Olivier. Yeah,
Okay.
these are the team members. I'm not sure if I have forgotten someone, so just to mention his name, no problem. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so
Thank
now,
you.
Now I think Leonardo can start.
so now I'm gonna let all of you to share the screen. Okay. Here we go.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me just. Okay. Here we are. Okay, should I start?
Yeah, go ahead. Good luck. Good luck, everybody.
Okay, thank you. So, hello everybody. I'm Leonardo, and with my colleagues Mark and Marie, I will present our EcoCampus project done by the international students of Centrale Nantes, the M1 students. The EcoCampus, it's a project about imagining eco-friendly university. We made 3 different axes of thinking. The first one is the vegetation. The second one is the animals. And the third one is recycling and technology. I will present the first part about vegetation, and we will see through the different slides how we can use some areas in buildings which are not used to make eco-friendly actions. The first concept will be about the green roof. The green roof, it's a conception of the roof, a different utilization of the roof as gardens. We will see that in the different benefits that this will be really interesting from an energical point of view, but also it will bring us new idea to how to use roofs. So the first point will be the benefits of a green roof. We can see 3 different main categories. The first one is environmental. The second one is economic, and the third one is social. From the first category, we can see, for example, rainwater management, as our roof will be covered with a carpet of grass. We can do really well rainwater management. As we can put trees, for example, on the roof, we can also do a CO2 reduction, and this will allow us to have a cleaner air, for example, and obviously to have also a natural habitat. in our university. From the economic point of view, it's really interesting because this will allow us to solve insulation problems and also to have some noise reduction. In the social part, we can all admit that a garden, it's always pretty, and to have green areas are always something really enjoyable. This will also allow us to new utilization of the roofs. As this one, it's one example, for example, what's called urban gardens, which are a sort of agriculture on roof. The first point, it's really interesting because it said that the roofs represent 32% of the horizontal areas in the city. So we can imagine how many areas in the city we are not using nowadays. So, and this will finally bring us some food supplies for the university. One other point of the utilization of nature will be the tree management. This slide is showing how we can smartly use different kind of tree to solve some heating problem. For example, we could put evergreen trees in the north for insulation, and we can put deciduous trees to the south to let the light pass in the winter. So we will have some smart management of the heat. Another big problem in university are food waste, as we can imagine. So we propose to make compost from it. Compost is the result of composting waste, and it can be used as fertilizer. The benefit of composting are the main benefit, I would say, it's to reduce the need for chemical fertilizer, as we all know that they are really polluting. So it will also reduces methane emissions. So in general, our carbon footprint on the planet. The last point, it's the dry toilets. In France, each year, we are wasting more than 20,000 liters of water, of pure water, caused by toilets. So we propose to make toilets using wood sawdust instead of water. So the main advantages are the saves of water. It's the not requirement the water to be treated, and it will also make us a new type of composting. I will let speak Mark now about the animals part.
Okay, so before going on with the animals in EcoCampus, I want to talk a bit about bees. They are extremely important for the environment as they pollinate approximately 85% of all food crops humans consume. They promote ecological diversity, and a lot of plants rely on bees to reproduce. On top of that, they produce honey, which is very healthy and doesn't expire. And beekeeping is also fun as it creates activities and jobs. They are in a very critical situation due to insecticides, human pollution, and mass production of honey. So why beekeeping in our campus? First, it facilitates nature within the campus area, which creates clean air for students while keeping the campus aesthetically beautiful. And in addition, honey production will create student employment and activities, as mentioned before. And this way, we will keep the students busy, and we could use the money earned to make the campus greener. As you can see on the graph, the average expenditure of private colleges do not go to upgrading the EcoCampus. So the only constraint is that the campus area must be medium or big, which is applicable to most of them. So the project is very feasible. Now, moving on to sheeps, we can use sheeps in campus to mow the lawn. In fact, here in Centrale Nantes, we already have sheeps to do the job. They are ecological, we are not using fuel. They are economical because it is very efficient, and eco-responsible as it promotes the cohabitation of students and animals. So we have this video, but I don't think it's, unfortunately, we won't be able to play it. So I will move on to recycling and technology. So first we have the cups when drinking coffee. In France alone, more than 5 billion plastic cups are thrown away each year, and only 1% are recycled. So do we want to build the world of tomorrow or continue with habits that do not benefit the planet? So there are many potential solutions, as you can see. First, we could use reusable cups, use our own cups, or use an ecological cup. Now, the best and easiest solution for our campuses is the first one, the NUSI solution. NUSI is a company that that actually used this solution to help the recycling of cups. So how does it work? As you can see on the picture, first you can have a good morning drink. You keep and use the cup all day. At the end of the day, you put the cup in the collector, and then the company NUSI will come and collect the cup. It will clean, wash, and deal with the cups, and then it will take them back to the coffee machine. Now, by using this technique, we could reduce the water consumption by 76% and reduce carbon emission by 81%, which are huge numbers and very excellent numbers. And on top of that, this solution is perfect, especially now in the pandemic of COVID-19, where keeping the cup and then washing it is perfect to avoid the spread of the virus.
Hello,
So
everyone.
I will let Mary continue.
Now we'll talk about the energy saving part of our project, because as we know, saving energy is essential to save the planet. First, we try to find ways to use the human energy because there is a lot of it on universities. And our first idea came from the startup Pavgen, which created a floor capable to convert the kinetic energy from footsteps into electrical energy. In fact, the University of Birmingham is already using this idea. Their students can charge their phones thanks to it. Another way to use the human power is by putting dynamo on backs of the campus gym. During 1 hour of exercise, a student can provide between 50 to 150 watts, which is enough to power a light bulb for 1 hour. This idea has two interests: producing green electricity and promoting exercise and health. On the same idea of lighting saving, we thought about implementing solar zones on the campus. They can be put on many places as pathways or parks. In these solar zones, we can find two different types of installation. Street lights powered by solar panels, and as we can see on these slides, or bench with solar panels, like on this second slide. Nowadays, solar-powered light can provide high-quality light for more than 5 days, even if there is no sunlight, thanks to the advancements in battery technology. This solar zone will allow saving of energy, and moreover, it will increase the safety and security on the campus with more illuminated areas. And it can also be a good educational tool for students, because it will encourage the students to think about the innovation and solar concept further. So until now, we only spoke about the lighting saving. And as we can see on this graphic, it's only 10% of the power consumption on the campus. And the major problem comes from heating. It's almost 40% of the consumption. So as a solution, we thought about using the heat of computers in order to heat the homes. Such techniques already exist to heat individual homes from data centers. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you, Mary. Thank you, Leonardo. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. It's very good.
Yeah, it was really great. Thank you so much for this great presentation. I think we'll have maybe 5 or 10 minutes for any questions from the other side, from Island's team.
Okay.
So they are welcome to ask any questions.
Okay.
And my team, I think, is here to answer any questions and concerns.
Okay, perfect. So I think, wait, Myth and Shaki, are you there? Are you here?
Yeah, hi.
Yes. So
I have a question. What eco-friendly things do you have on your campus already prior to your ideas?
In Centrale Nantes?
Yeah, in your university.
Yes, we already have the ships to mow the lawn. And we have the beekeeping also in Centrale Nantes. And what else? Leonardo and Mark.
Okay.
Actually, because of COVID-19, I never went in Centrale Nantes, to be honest, as we are stuck in lockdown, to be honest. So I don't know exactly. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true, unfortunately. So some of these poor students, because of the coronavirus, and they're obviously first-year master's students, but they haven't actually managed to arrive on the campus. But as Marie said, certainly the sheep on campus, located on different areas of grassland around the campus. And the beekeeping. The other aspect that's certainly visible is recycling. That in the cafeteria there are different bins for the different types of waste and recycling, which are quite conspicuous and color-coded. So there's certainly some respect for proper waste disposal and recycling in terms of the catering areas at Centrale. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have
any other questions? Yes, Mr. Spencer, if you've got any questions, so.
Jackie, do you have another questions? We can't hear you.
Any other questions from?
Yes,
I heard you.
Okay, sorry. I was just asking, is there any agricultural courses offered in the university that would connect with the sheep and the beekeeping? Can you not hear me?
Yeah. We can hear you. Yeah, I didn't know if a student had an insight into that. Yeah.
I actually don't really know, so I was waiting for someone else to answer.
Can you repeat your question, please?
Yeah, sorry. Is there any agricultural courses, so courses about animals or farming, offered in your university?
No, I don't think so. It's only engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, that there isn't anything directly related to farming and agriculture. Although one imagines that some of the engineering options that are offered at Centrale do perhaps go into areas where machines and equipment are being designed that would be used in an agricultural context. But no, as far as I'm aware, there aren't any actual specific courses that you can follow at Centrale, which are purely focused on the field of agriculture. No.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So we have just 2 questions, and that's it for our questions. So it will be my turn and my team to start the presentation. Okay. Thank
Great.
you. You can share your screen, Jackie. We can hear you. Okay. We still can hear you. We can't hear you.
Hear me now?
And now I hear you.
Okay. Earphones aren't working. Grand. Okay. We can get started. So welcome everybody to the University of Limerick, or Team Ireland's Eco Campus presentation. And we're going to be running through our plan for our campus and how we can improve the wildlife scene. So we're first going to introduce ourselves. So my name is Jackie. I live in Limerick, Ireland. I'm 20 years old and I'm a 3rd-year Bachelor of Arts student studying Geography and Public Administration in the University of Limerick.
My name is Maeve McCarthy. I'm from Galway, which is on the west coast of Ireland. Beautiful city. I'm 21 years old and I study Geography and French with the BA Arts as well in Limerick.
Awesome. Okay, we're just going to start off and introduce our campus to give you guys an idea of what the University of Limerick is like. So the University of Limerick hosts 15,000 students each year on its 130-hectare campus. We have 4 faculties that offer approximately 100 courses. We have 28 buildings, including the library and the Students' Union, and all of this is surrounded by green spaces and the River Shannon. The campus has a nice balance of being in the countryside while also being close to the city. And there's a walkway that goes along the river from the campus into the city, and you can see it here. If I point at it here, that's the River Shannon, and it goes the whole way into the city, and it takes about an hour. But as you can see from these pictures, we have a lot of greenery, and we're very fortunate to be in the countryside. And if I show you this map here, it can give you a greater understanding about how much green space is available on campus and all the places that are open to wildlife. And you can see the River Shannon there and how much it really impacts our campus and how varied and broad our campus is. So these are our goals that we hope to accomplish. We hope to raise awareness for wildlife on campus and in the local area, encourage biodiversity, create and protect habitats, build a campus community focused on these aims, forge a safe space for our native animals, and source products locally and sustainably. So these are the guys that we want to protect. So birds are the main type of wildlife on campus. Ireland has over 450 types of birds, ranging from seabirds to garden birds. Farming and ocean pollution threaten many of these species. So Ireland is a very agricultural country, and the expansion of these farms threatens animals by taking away their habitats. And water pollution is a great threat to water birds, which are the main animals on campus, with herons, geese and swans. Owls are another big thing in Ireland. We have only 2 species, the barn owl and the long-eared owl, but they are a staple animal of Ireland, and there are huge conservation efforts in the last few years to protect barn owls because they're losing their habitats and their nesting sites are being destroyed, and they provide a really important function of pest control, as mice and rats are their main diets. Small mammals is the next group. Red squirrels are native to Ireland but are under threat by the reintroduced grey squirrel, and they're quite a rare sight. Hedgehogs are losing their habitats due to the development of the countryside, and they also play an important pest control as they eat plant pests such as snails. Insects are also essential. Bees pollinate, but also wasps, moths and flies. They promote the spread and growth of plants. This creates food for other wildlife species, continuing the circle of life and the food chain. And there's also so much more animals in Ireland as well. We have a very varied wildlife scene. We have bats to badgers, deers to stoats, and they're all under threat and they are in decline, and we need all the support we can give them. So we want to start where we are the most on our campus. So the main way we want to accomplish our aims is to create awareness, because awareness fosters interest, which leads to people to care about an issue, and this leads to changing in behaviour. So one of the ways is to get information out there by talks, signs and emails. We want to develop community relations and community to provide that sense of community and sense of excitement around these animals, and create an app that would allow people to be aware and to track the animals on campus. So our app is one of our main ideas. We want to see, track, inform and build. So we want our app to allow UL students to track the wildlife they see on campus, have the app tell them information on the species and the animal they are seeing, and have this build a sense of community on campus around these sightings that gets students excited about wildlife. This in turn will raise awareness and have students pay more attention to how their actions affect wildlife. Another idea is the creation of insect hotels. These are cheap, easy to make hotels that are key to promoting insect diversity and provide a safe space for them to breed and live. Insects, as I've said, are vital to the pollination process, which help plants grow and spread, and they are critical to the food chain. So these are just little hotels, as you can see from the picture here, that are made of wood and bamboo, and they're recyclable materials that insects will live in, and these could be dotted all around campus.
Great, I'll take it from here. My name is Maeve, and in order to find out how informed the students of UL were, we conducted a short survey, and the results we found were very interesting. So we found that 90% of students in the survey have never been involved in any conservation or wildlife projects before, yet 85% were very interested in the development of the wildlife in the University of Limerick. This result leads us to believe that the students want to get involved in wildlife projects yet have not been given the proper opportunity to as of yet. Therefore, we want to provide students with this opportunity. Enhanced knowledge will lead to more student interaction with the topic, which in turn will result in more direct student involvement in projects like building insect hotels or buying local produce from the market. Our plan is largely based on spreading knowledge of the ecosystems and animals present on the grounds of the University of Limerick. I'll give you a quick example of what we see so often in the universities around Ireland. So in the summer months in Ireland, when the weather is lovely, students tend to drink a lot of alcohol outdoors, which attracts all the wasps and the bees because of the lovely smell of the cider or the beer. And thousands die from people killing them out of annoyance or them falling into the drinks, and then they drown. But would students be so quick to kill these animals if they were aware of how vital they are to our ecosystems? Next slide there. So we wanted to get a direct opinion from the students on how they think we could better inform other students on this topic of wildlife conservation. Came up with the topic of introducing it in the first year of university, which we call freshers, is the first week. Here we would give a mandatory talk informing the students on the wildlife in UL. This would open up the topic of wildlife conservation, making it a relevant, talked about topic, and allow students to meet others with similar opinions. We got a large response for a stronger social media presence. A great idea that we want to work on is creating a wildlife Instagram with pictures containing images taken by students of wildlife they see in UL. And this is also connected to our app idea, and with information connected on how we can conserve these animals within the university. Other students advised on starting up weekly or monthly email updates to all students and staff of the wildlife in UL, along with information on how people can get involved in organised projects. So we are very fortunate to be located by the River Shannon. It literally runs through our campus. The fish-rich waters attracts water birds like swans, mallards, and herons, who are frequently spotted on campus. The river is lined with forestry. These woodlands are an important, vital part of our ecosystem in UL. They help with flooding and provide a safe nesting place for animals. It's essential that we protect our river and its surrounding trees in order to keep this habitat safe. We'll do this by organising cleanup initiatives and monitoring water quality. So trees are one of our main assets in the University of Limerick. Therefore, we want to make tree conservation an important part of our initiative. We have based our ideas on making it easy for busy students to largely reduce their carbon footprint within the university by reducing their paper usage. So one way is to move all assignment submissions solely to online submissions, which would reduce the paper used to print out paper copies of assignments. In the university's library, we have a system where students can borrow laptops for a few days or a few weeks. We want to encourage students and teachers to take notes on the laptops instead of using paper notes. Recycling bins should be placed all around the university, inside and out, in order for accurate recycling of paper. We want to encourage the reuse of paper at printers and make printer settings easier where they can avoid misprints. Of course, paper products must be used at some point, and here we want to promote the usage of recycled paper and sustainably sourced paper, so we are not contributing to the worldwide problem of deforestation. So I've added in a lovely picture here of our weekly market. This market is every Tuesday in the University of Limerick. A range of local produce is sold, from local fruit and vegetables to jams and chutneys to cheeses, all locally sourced from County Limerick, Clare and Tipperary. This gives us students an opportunity to buy sustainably, overall reducing our carbon footprint within the university. And we can also support local businesses, which is it's very easily done. It's very special for us to be able to do that. So we're so lucky to have local produce sold in our university. Therefore, we want to encourage the usage of this market through greater advertisement of it using our app initiative and our weekly email updates. So luckily, the ideas we've mentioned here, they're generally cost-free. The insect hotels, as we mentioned before, would be made by using recycled materials like old wooden pallets and scrap wood. And our biggest cost would be our information signs that would be placed all around the grounds of the university. But we would hope to obtain a grant to fund the signage in order to limit the cost for the University of Limerick overall.
And for the cost of plant and creating wildflower meadows, that's cost effective, because all you would have to do is allow the plentiful green areas that we have on campus to grow and just no longer cut the grass and have the native plants grow. Trees like oak, ash and willow are great for biodiversity, and most of these are already present on campus. And hedges, using them instead of fences, is something that has been utilized a lot on our campus. And if there was ever to be an expansion, we would push for this to continue. So the reason we have the logistics and everything here is because we really believe in our idea, and we would like to realistically see this implemented in our campus. So we've thought of logistics, so we could go to UL and say, look, we've done this and we think it's a really good idea, and see if there's some ways they could incorporate what we've thought up. So for the savings, there would be no longer the need for mowing major lawns, no need for expensive unnatural fertilizers, and it would cut the cost of regular gardening. And this is all an aim towards our aims I said at the start, which is protecting wildlife, encouraging biodiversity and creating community. So thank you very much for listening, and if you have any questions or reactions, we would love to hear them.
Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Well, great. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. That was very illuminating. Yeah. We learned a lot about your university and its wonderful situation there, as you say, by the River Shannon. It looks very, very beautiful and very green. Centrale students, do you have any questions you would like to pose? Any questions you would like to ask Maeve and Jackie?
Concerning the app, maybe you have said it, but do we have an idea of the price it could be to develop such an app?
Great question. Well, the university actually has a lot of technology courses, and app design is a module in a good few of those. So we were hoping that we could get the students to make the app that would give them the experience of app making and be cost effective for us, where we wouldn't have to pay loads of money to get someone outside the university to make our app. So we're hoping that students would do it as part of their course.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Any other questions from the Centrale students? Yeah, certainly for myself, I was interested in the insect hotels and the app to make students aware of wildlife and more conscientious about protecting wildlife species and insects. I thought that was great. Yeah, and the survey as well that you had done. I mean, do you think students at the University of Limerick are motivated to protect the environment and to engage in terms of learning about wildlife and protecting it? I don't know. Yeah, what's your impression?
Maeve, do you want to take this one since you did the survey?
Yeah. No, you're fine. I think we really would need to start in first year in the university to get the conversation kind of out there and talked about and kind of a relevant topic. I myself in first year in Limerick, we didn't talk about it at all. So we'd love to make it a more relevant topic where students would be much more comfortable getting involved in projects that even we might organize ourselves, just to make it more relevant. Yeah,
and I think it's kind of a niche interest, because we do have, an environmental society and we are geography students, so that would be where our interest comes from. So as Maeve said, you'd need to get it to the broader broader student body, so everybody, it would be something on everybody's mind, not just the few.
Yeah. Well, like yourselves, I think you're absolutely right that it is about knowledge. It is ultimately about education, and as you say, getting the audience when they're freshers in that first week of their first year of university. I mean, obviously, ideally to get them long before that, but to certainly try to motivate them and interest them when they start university. What about local producers? Are Limerick students buying their food, their fruit and vegetables from local producers, do you think?
I think when the market comes to UL, then the lines are all the way down the Courtyard Market. People are lining up to buy the produce, but any other day than that, I don't think people are as pushed to buy the local produce. But the market in UL is really an asset to us. It's fantastic. So we want to get everybody involved in that.
I think because they're given the opportunity, and it's right in the courtyard where most students have to pass through during their day. So yeah, I agree with Maeve there. She's spot on.
Yeah. At Centrale in Nantes, there is actually a system whereby local producers actually come on to the campus and provide panier baskets of fruit and vegetables, which the students can buy. I don't know if anything like that operates in Limerick, where producers actually come on to the university campus.
Well, that's what the Courtyard Markets are. The Courtyard is on campus.
Oh, it is on campus, right?
Yeah,
I beg you, right? I wasn't clear about that. Right.
Oh no, it's all on campus, yeah. So they come on,
Right. Yeah. So that is very encouraging. Yeah, and encouraging students to buy. Well, not only buy a local produce, but one imagines eat a healthier diet as well, if they're getting fresh fruit and vegetables. Yeah. Great.
Sorry, just like just to add a comment, if you don't mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just I really thank you for your presentation. It was really good. So just to in terms of energy saving, I think that wasn't really covered. So what do you think about are Limerick students involved or aware of energy saving, all these in terms of energy saving, I mean?
I'm not too sure about energy saving. With our laptop loans, and of course having, I think everywhere now has the light bulbs that are saving, and it's mostly small things like that. It's not, of course, we haven't been on campus for about a year now, myself or Maeve, because we had work experience, so it's hard to remember exactly what we have. But energy saving isn't a huge thing for the whole campus. It would be something that the Environmental Society would focus on more. The main things that we have on campus are like recycling. That is a huge thing on campus, with reusable cups, and there's recycling bins everywhere. So that's kind of more what the focus has been in the past few years, is more on recycling and renewable things in that way. Thank you.
Okay, and any other questions from Centrale?
Yes, Leonardo, Mary, Mohammed, Mark, other questions?
No more questions?
I think no more questions as they.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
So much. Thank you for the admin team Centrale Nantes. Thank you so much. It was very good presentation. Thank you so much.
Okay, yeah. I certainly enjoyed both of the presentations. Yeah. No, I think both teams did a very good job. And Jackie and Maeve, you're just working by yourselves on this, are you? It's just the two of you.
Yeah, it's just the two of us.
Yeah, the two of us.
Well,
Unexpected.
very well done. Yeah, very well done. Yeah. No. I think you did very well with the presentation, especially if there's just two of you. Yeah. So some great ideas. Yeah. A good vision. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We really enjoyed the other presentation as well. We thought that was really excellent. You dreamed big, which was very nice.
Yeah,
and
your ideas were great.
Yeah, and I do love the idea of beekeeping and sheep. I'd love to have sheep on campus. That would just be fantastic. So we might add that to our ideas and try and ask the university, could we get some sheep, please? I think that'd be
Yes, but if I can add something, in Centrale they have sheep, but not for all the green things. There are
fantastic.
many also how to say the machine to cut the green.
That's true. Yeah, there are lawn mowers and strimmers. Yeah, you're right. We do see the gardeners periodically, don't we? Yeah, using a lot of the equipment with petrol engines. Yeah, no, you're right, Nicola. Yeah. But I suppose it's a start. Yeah,
Yes,
it's a
it's
start with the sheep.
remotely
Yeah.
controlled. Their
Sorry, say
equipment
again.
are remotely controlled.
You're breaking, Nicola. Sorry, you're breaking.
Sorry. It's okay. I was adding that there are remotely controlled equipment, but it's not related to environment. So it's okay. It's okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you so much, everyone. Have a good evening. So I'm gonna put the stop of the recording. Okay.
Yeah, well, thank you to you, and thank you to Aisa and the Jackie and Maeve, and thank you to my students, because this is obviously beyond their normal timetable. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming to this additional session for this first round of the competition. Yeah, appreciate that.
Me too, I'm so appreciate it. Thank you so much, Mr. Spencer.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.